Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Kisidu, aka Mrs. Kiss. If you're yet to do it, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a video. Let's get right into today's topic. I'm excited because we get to talk about temperament. Yes, temperament. Let's go. So temperaments are like distinct traits and characteristics of individuals or people in the way they talk, in the way they react to situations, in the way they behave, in different things like that. And understanding temperaments is very important in relationships and marriage. If you are able to understand your own temperament and the temperament of your partner or spouse, you will be able to take advantage of it in the relationship to where your relationship can be nurtured well. And so there are 4 types of temperaments that we'll be discussing in these coming weeks. And we have the sanguine, the choleric, the melancholy, and the phlegmatic. And the sanguine and the choleric are extroverts. And then the phlegmatic and the melancholy are the introverts. So this is just like a quick 101 on temperament. So there are many resources on it. I'll encourage you to look into it and find one to read if you haven't done that yet. But let me just lay the ground rules on this before we get into it, that no temperament is better than the other one. All the temperaments have their strengths and their weaknesses, and sometimes even some of the strengths underneath some of the strengths are some of the weaknesses. And so it is very, very important not to see that one is better than the other. And God can use all kinds of temperament, and also understanding your temperament help you to be able to relate to other people. Also, learning about temperament help you to identify your own weaknesses, which you can surrender to the Spirit of God to help you to deal and to manage with it. Understanding your own temperament is key for you to enjoy your relationships. The first temperament that I want to talk about, or I want us to discuss, is the sanguine. I'm sure you know why, because you know somebody, you're actually looking at somebody who is a typical sanguine, right? Sanguine people are talkers. They are social butterflies. They're excited people. They are bubbly. They can also be forgetful. They can be disorganized. They can be lazy sometimes. They are people with the feelies, and they are the people with the charms and the jokes and the humor. They can get the whole crowd going. They are they are charmers. They are people pleasers. And a lot of them tend to be like comedians or MCs or people in social places, social butterflies. Those are your sanguines, okay? So in relationship, how do you identify sanguines in the relationship? They are your lover boys. If they are not married, they are so sweet. They are kind. They would take you out. They know what to say to get you going. They know exactly what to do or how to tell you a story for you to believe. So they are your lover boys before they get married. As a mother, they are your fun mothers. They are carefree. They are the ones who would dance in public places with their children. They don't care about the young or the old. They get along with everybody, and they always get jokes, and they always get along with people. As fathers, they can be carefree fathers, and sometimes they can be they're the ones that tend to spoil you because they don't know boundaries. They don't set boundaries well. They may not discipline you well. They're easy go, lucky fathers. Let the kids play, let the kids do. If they don't want to do their homework, leave them alone. That kind of thing. As a single lady sanguine, they are the energy bringers. They are the bubbly type. They're everywhere. They go to weddings. They bring the energy in the room. They're excited for everybody. They cheer people on. They are the real cheerleaders in the group. As a single lady, they're always excited. They probably have they're talking to a lot of men because they are so welcoming and they're so nice. So they tend to attract young men because they are very charming and they are welcoming in their they are welcoming and they are receptive to new people and to men, and so a lot of men tend to like them. A sanguine parent will be entertaining, free, welcoming your friends. They will let any friend come to their house. Their kitchen is always open to your friends, and they're entertaining, they're carefree, they will let you go. I'm talking about basically, sometimes, like I've already said, sometimes culture and religion and values may alter some of the things, or even our growth may alter some of the dispositions, but underlying all that is what they typically do. Let's talk about the sanguine mother-in-law. The sanguine mother-in-law talks a little bit too much when you go see them. As meet the parents, they can be very entertaining. They can be very welcoming. Maybe when it gets to the wedding time, they might be, giving too much information to you about your, if you're the lady, they might be giving too much information about your significant other to be. Or during the wedding, they may be having so much to say about the wedding. They can be very nice, but they may not follow up with all their words, and so you have to follow up with them on some of the decisions that you have taken regarding your wedding. And sometimes they can be gossipers. They tend to talk a lot, so they can probably take information out that they are not. Sometimes they don't mean to do that, but they can do that. They can tend to do the same way with a sanguine wife. The sanguine wife tend to be tardy, late, disorganized. The house is quite disorganized. Things are not quite in the right place. They can also be very welcoming and sweet and understanding. They are feely, so they are able to empathize with their spouses and things like that. So let's talk about the sanguine husbands. The sanguine husbands tend to be romantic. They know what to say. They bring out the jokes in the house. Even though they are disorganized, they know how to get you going, and they know how to excite you. You don't have to think too much to be in the house with a sanguine husband, because they're spontaneous. They can plan things all of a sudden and get you excited all of a sudden. But one thing about the sanguine husbands is that they may not be great financial stewards. They may not be able to keep your money well. So if you're a sanguine husband, please learn to relinquish that part to your wife, who may be of another temperament that might be helpful to you. Because, they're very spontaneous, they're very hearty, feely people, or they are the ones who give spontaneous offerings very much, because they don't, they just do things at the moment. And so if you're a sanguine husband, please be careful, especially when the leadership of the home depends on you. Learn to relinquish and to delegate some of the roles that you are not very strong at to your wife, who may be of another temperaments. That might be helpful, right? And so keep an eye on your sanguine husband, and then make sure that in those leadership areas you check on them so that they don't overspend, because they can be spenders. On our sanguine wives or partners or females, we can all learn to be welcoming. We can all learn from them with their welcoming demeanor and their sweet smiling humor, fun. So on the last note, if you're dating a sanguine, be careful what they're telling you. Be careful to fact check them, and to not just rely on their charms and what they can tell you. Just look at their true values and their core and what they believe in. I think that is very important. And if you're also talking to a sanguine young lady, just make sure that you understand that they can be undecisive and they can be impatient also. So just keep that in mind. Thank you again for watching this episode, and I hope to see you again next week when we talk about another type of temperament. Leave me comments below, like the video, share the video, let me know what you think, and I'll see you again. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching, Mommy. Subscribe.